Shining a spotlight on the healthcare situation, specifically in Newfoundland and Labrador. A woman in St. John's had to wait 2 years for an MRI, only to learn when she finally got one that she has a brain tumor. Peter Cowan is on the story outside the Health Sciences Centre in St. John's. How long, Peter, is this commonplace? 2 years? How long do people in the province have to wait to get an all-important MRI?
Yeah, if you're waiting to get an MRI at somewhere like the Health Sciences Centre here in St. John's, the health authority says it can be more than 400 days from the time that your doctor says you need one till the time you'll actually get in to get that important test, especially if it's considered non-urgent. Alana McDonald is speaking out about her experience. It was 2 years ago that she first started having symptoms like migraines, dizziness, facial numbness, and she went in and saw her family doctor, and from there they tried to see whether or not it was something else, like an issue with her eye. She ended up, but the problem was the family doctor wasn't able to order an MRI. Eventually, she went to an ear, nose, and throat specialist who was able to order that MRI, but because it was considered non-urgent, it was then more than a year from when that test went in to when she was actually able to receive it. She just recently got those results to find out that she has a 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter brain tumor and now is going to have invasive surgery. She said, unfortunately, her experience is all too typical in the healthcare system right now.
Our healthcare system's broken. And the funny thing is like, I know people want me to be really angry about it, but I choose not to get angry about my situation because it doesn't do me any well. I'm trying to be in the best space I can be for my surgery. It's a typical Newfoundland story. That's a typical wait time. I actually got in a little bit earlier because I called and I pushed for it. And that's the sad thing to me.
The really frustrating thing for her is that because her tumor is too big, she has to go through an invasive surgery that will actually leave her deaf in one ear. She says if she had gotten that test sooner, they might have caught it when it was smaller, and she would have had less invasive treatment options.
Peter, what a story, this woman. And as you say, it highlights a broader issue. What is the provincial government planning to do to combat long wait times?
Yeah, we spoke to the health minister, Tom Osborne, and he says there are plans in place to try and get those numbers down. He does point out that if a doctor thinks this is urgent, that someone will get in to get an MRI a whole lot faster. But he says there's plans to add a 6th MRI in Corner Brook. And part of the problem is that there's a big demand here in St. John's, but other areas of the province, the MRI machines aren't as well used. So they're hoping to be able to spread out some of that demand and give people the choice of traveling a little bit further in order to get an MRI sooner.
We have a desire to see shortened wait times for MRI in the province. Any issue will highlight the need to see more expedited MRI services. So we have been planning for some time for a 6th MRI suite in the province.
So they're going to look to see whether that 6 is enough, and the health minister has asked the health department to look at whether or not maybe they need to add a 7th MRI to keep up with that demand.
Peter, thank you very much. Peter Cowan, live in St. John's.